All right, we're back here. Dyersburg's taking the lead. Taylor, tell us about that drive from Dyersburg.
The last drive lasted 8 plays. They ran it the last 3 times to give them the score. When the previous Dyersburg drive, they ran it 9 straight times.
All right, thank you, Taylor. The kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and Peabody will take over 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line.
Well, wonder if we're going to see more of the same, and that is stretching the field with a pass, setting up maybe a run and attack of some kind. I don't think we're going to have a strong run and attack tonight with that tough Dyersburg defense, but they are vulnerable to the pass. We've seen that already.
Where they've committed so many people to stop the run, it looks like to me they're playing man for man on defense. Now they've dropped back in a zone. Braxton Bogus on the keeper, and he's going to have a gain of maybe a gain of a yard and a half.
Not seeing much at all there in the box. Dyersburg is tough. Offensive line having trouble a little bit tonight so far. Anything's going to happen seems to be in the air on the outside.
Tackle by number 8, Siobhan Henderson for the Trojans. Less than 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Balance, yeah.
Bogus is back to pass, and he gets the ball off to Tyler Gadlin. Gadlin's still running, and he's going to have a pretty good gain here as the first quarter comes to an end. But Braxton did a good job standing in there taking a hit, barely getting the ball away, and Tyler gets a good gain on it. So that's the end of the first quarter, as we've got a pretty good game on hand. It's the running attack from Dyersburg against the passing attack from the Golden Tide. Dyersburg's winning 13-7. We'll be back with more ball game blitz from Dyersburg High School as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel, and JEA Channel 6 out of Jackson. We'll be back after this short break.
Whitby Family Clinic offers the very best in primary care, specializing in pediatrics, women's health and weight loss, workman's comp, Medicare, and geriatrics. Come experience the affectionate and caring medical service at its best, in a warm, home-like cozy environment with highly trained nurse practitioners, nurses, and support staff. It has been our pleasure to serve patients in the Trenton area for the past 20 years. At Whitby Family Clinic, we know it is important that you have a medical provider you can talk to and trust. We are devoted to quality care for patients of all ages. Whitby Family Clinic, caring for a living.
All right, so the start of the second quarter, it's 13-7. Peabody's moving the football through the air.
That's because we got to watch it.
As we have just had a long play from Bogus out to Gadlin. Bogus is back to pass again, and he's going to get sacked. And looks like he throws the ball away, and the fans are calling for intentional grounding. And finally, the official comes out with the flag after the side official comes in and talks him into it, Joey. And so I think the Dyersburg coaches made that call.
Well, you are in Dyersburg. I think it's the right call, but just really embarrassingly late on that play.
He didn't want to let go of his yellow flag. He likes his yellow flag. He had to rub it for a few minutes before he got it out of his pocket.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he can keep his yellow flag. But they've got a job to do. Man comes off the end that time for Dyersburg. Just a little too much for Tavarian to handle.
Loss of down on the play as Peabody now has its second down and about 25. Bogus turns around and calls timeout as there was some confusion as to what Peabody wanted to run that play. And so a drive that started off pretty good all of a sudden has put on the brakes. It's 11:46 to go here in the second period. Peabody's trying to get this score back even. It's 13-7 in favor of Dyersburg. We'll be back right after this short break.
If you have the audacity to believe that a financial advisor should look you in the eye when the topic is your money,
if you have the nerve to think that FaceTime should be the expectation, not the exception,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
join us.
For 88 years, it's how Edward Jones has made sense of investing.
I'll get the route. 391.
Second and 25 for Peabody as they come out of a timeout. Ball thrown out to Gadlin. He's going to pick up a pretty good yardage on the play. He's still on his feet running across the field now. He's dancing around and had a gain and then lost that gain about 5 yards there at the end of the run. But nonetheless, about a 15-yard gain here on second down.
Well, Tyler Gadlin, 5'8", about 150 pounds soaking wet, but he is an exceptional athlete with the ball in his hands. But that time, sometimes when you're that athletic, you try to do things that you shouldn't try to do. And that time he lost a few yards. Probably could have had a couple of more yards if he'd have stayed north and south, but big play for Peabody.
Tackle by number 38, Jameel Lunsford for the Trojans, as it's 3rd down and 8. Peabody needs to convert right here, keep this drive alive. Ball thrown over the middle to Dokes and kind of makes a circus catch, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
We've kind of seen that this year, but thankfully Malik holds on that time. Big first down for Peabody. Paul, we're seeing something on this right side of Peabody, of Dyersburg, number 8, about 6'3", 215. He's coming in hard every time, and our running backs are having a hard time blocking him. He got to Bogus earlier, and it's going to be tough.
Let's throw the screen right over him like we did a little while ago.
First down.
And Ty Fields has very little running room after another food right first down.
Well, speaking of number 8 that time, he kind of did a twist that time into the interior of the line and made the tackle almost like he knew the play.
Loss of about a half a yard on the play brings up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah.
3 wideouts to the right, or the trips formation.
He's backing out now.
Bogus rolls out to the right. He's got some running room. He's going to turn it up. Need to turn that ball up and get an extra 3 or 4 yards right there.
Bogus with those long legs, pretty quick young guy, and he made some good yards there. That's what he's going to have to do, run his way out of trouble.
It's going to be 3rd down and a long 7 or a short 8 on this next play.
Well, we looked good in the red zone earlier. See what we do here.
Let's go defense!
Peabody's having success throwing the ball tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if we throw it over there to Gadlin. There he is, wide open. Touchdown for the Golden Tide.
There's only one defender out there.
Bogus had 2 open Peabody players in the end zone that time, one across the middle and one to the corner, and he picks the harder, I think, of the 2. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, touchdown, Peabody.
Yeah, he was open no matter who he threw it to. They only had 1 defender on that side, and no matter who Braxton threw it to, they were out of position on defense. And so that's another State Farm touchdown for the Golden Tide, as they've evened the score 13-13. Sanders is on trying to kick the PAT, and the kick is up, and it's going to be good. And Peabody goes out in front 14-13 with 9:54 to play here in the second period.
We got 200 yards passing.
Already have 200 yards passing, says the statistician for the Golden Tide, Terry Brown. We're going to take time out. We'll be back for this kickoff as the Golden Tide is pulled back in front of these Dyersburg Trojans. You're watching the Ball Game Blitz high school football television show in Dyersburg, Tennessee. E+6 out of Jackson and Channel 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance companies deliver. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA #1 in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Tell us about that drive for the Golden Tide.
The previous drive was 8 plays, and it was a mixture of pass and run with that last pass to get Trenton into the end zone and the drive lasted 80 yards.
So Peabody has 200 yards passing already here with about 10 minutes to play in the second period, or the second quarter of this football game from J.C. Sawyer Stadium in Dyersburg, Tennessee, on the campus of Dyersburg High School. They've just taken the lead 14-13, and the only reason they have is Dyersburg went for 2 on the first extra point after their first touchdown, and the Golden Tide stopped it. So Sanders is set to kick off. Let's see if he can put it back deep for the Golden Tide.
We haven't had a good coverage yet. Let's see if we can do it here.
Kind of a pooch kickoff, and that's going to be a little bit better field position for the Golden Tide right there.
You know, good coaching. When something doesn't work, you change it. Kicking it down the middle doesn't work right now for us. We got a flaw in our coverage. Kick it to the left side. Thankfully, it stayed in bounds. A good hop on that ball for us. Good coverage.
And so Peabody makes a good adjustment in their kicking game right there, as Coach Gaddis is telling Drew Sanders as he comes off the field what he wants him to do. Does a pretty good job right there as Xavier Ball gets down and makes that tackle for the Golden Tide. So Dyersburg takes over 1st and 10 at its own 15-yard line.
Oh, I think we can pick off one of these little screens that they throw on these passes. We have some really quick guys in the defensive backfield. Let's see if something can happen here.
Good shape there.
That's pretty good defense by the Golden Tide, as we have several defenders there in good shape. Number 16, Ty Fields, and also number 9, Aaron Lowry.
Just a really good coverage. We haven't seen that good a defensive stand yet, and maybe that touchdown has inspired us, and we'll play some inspired defense here.
Very little gain on that play. Should bring up 2nd down and close to 10 yards again. Or actually a loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. Quarterback back to pass. Bradshaw passes over the middle, and he makes a connection out here to number 11 on the play. Number 11, Jawan Galicia, makes a good catch, and he's tackled by number 7, J.T. Haynes.
Well, not bad coverage there. You just make the quarterback be accurate. If he throws behind, you have an opportunity for a pick, but he was accurate that time. Good play for Dyersburg.
Well, as tall as he is, he's got a good view of the field out in front of him. We're going to have to get pressure on him. 33's running the football for the Dyersburg Trojans. Very little running room, as he's going to be brought down. That's Montavious Lagrone, and tackled by number 16, Ty Fields.
Well, we look good stringing the ball, the play out to the right side that time. Where the running back has to kind of pick and choose where he's going to come upfield at. Ty Fields gives him time to come over and make a big play.
2nd and 7 for Dyersburg.
Hey, it's X over this way.
Trap play right up the middle to number 1, and he's on the loose. He's not tackled yet, as Tyler Gadlin missed the tackle and finally cleaned up there at the end of the play by Hodges, number 15, and number 16, Ty Fields. Number 1, O'Shawn Smith, took it right up the middle, Joey, on a little simple trap play.
Just a breakdown. It all begins on the interior lineman. They're playing tough in there, but a breakdown cost us big that time.
First down, Trojans.
But we can't just say the interior linemen. The linebackers were not, I don't know where they were.
First and 10. And number 1, actually the quarterback fakes it to number 1. Bubba Bailey had him stopped, but Bradshaw pulls the ball out and he takes it, moves it all on down forward for a gain of about 8 yards.
Well, I wonder, no excuse, but I wonder here halfway through the second quarter if our defense has just got tired. I really believe they're winning. Several of them play both ways, and they've been out there most of the game, it seems. Yeah,
Tackle made by number 10, Najuan Miller. Second down and about 3. Split backfield for Dyersburg. Number 3 comes in motion. Ball handed off to Smith on the play. And tackled by number 27, Ray Buchanan, and number 16, Ty Fields.
Good job, our linebackers there. Cleaning up the play. It's exactly what they're supposed to do. Shed those blocks and come in and eat that ball carrier.
Third and 3 for the Trojans. Bradshaw pulls it in and then pulls it out. He keeps the ball, but he's going to have enough for the first down as Ty Fields comes up and makes the touchdown, or excuse me, makes the tackle on the play.
Well, we're jumping on that dive and leaving a hole for the quarterback. We have to honor the dive, but we're leaving a big hole there, that time on the left side.
I believe they're reading that, Joey. The quarterback riding that ball up in there really good. Pulls it out right at the last moment. Toss sweep out to number 3. He's going to have running room, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play, maybe even close to a first down.
Nobody out there to keep contained on the left side of the defense of Peabody. Not sure what's going on there, but had all day to run that ball.
First down, Trojans.
So another first and 10 for the Trojans.
Yeah, that's good.
As they have a way of running that ball just right at you, and then they go outside on a sweep and then right back at you again, faking the ball with the quarterback running. Number 1, O'Shawn Smith running the football, and he's going to have the ball down to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we're up against a good team. We're up against a good offense. It's very disciplined, very well skilled, and it's showing right now on our defensive line.
I think free agent we signed. No. He said
I think it's flexed out at
Second and 5.
toss.
Number 3 turns it up, and he's going to walk into the end zone. That is Carlos Caldwell walking into the end zone as he takes that little jet sweep motion. They pitch it to him, and he just goes right around the corner.
Well, we got a good view of his backside because that's all they saw. Didn't touch him at all. I guess we're going to be content with trading punches with him offensively.
Dyersburg set for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Yeah, we're going to get somebody killed.
And so with 4 minutes and 55 seconds to play here before halftime, Dyersburg is taking the lead again over the Golden Tide, 20-14. We'll be back as Peabody goes on offense and they receive the kickoff. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel, and E+6 out of Jackson, the JEA channel. And we'll be back after a short break.
Kick and win 5.
Rocky Top Barbecue, located at 414 East Eaton Street, allows you to eat in, carry out, or call in. Crowd favorites include loaded baked potato or tater, hamburgers and hamburger steaks, barbecue nachos, and of course, pulled pork barbecue. For your next party, get the shoulder pack, 17 to 20 pounds of shoulder, a gallon of baked beans, a quart of slaw, a quart of barbecue sauce, and 2 packs of buns for only $89.99. So come visit or call Rocky Top Barbecue at 855-0122.
Dale's Recycling has 3 locations, Milan, McKenzie, and Jackson, and is one of the largest recycling centers in West Tennessee. Their recycling is environmentally friendly, and they recycle most metals, radiators, batteries, and much more. Besides recycling, Dale's also buys and sells used farm equipment, industrial equipment, and military surplus. For more information about what they recycle or their inventory, go to dales-recycling.com or call their Milan number at 731-686-2500.
All right, Joey, tell us, Taylor, tell us about that last drive for the Trojans.
Well, they ran almost every time except for once. Lasted 10 plays and 85 yards for the Dyersburg score.
All right, so a 10-play drive for the Trojans, 85 yards, running the ball 9 plays, and they march it downfield and they hit another touchdown. And ball is back in the end zone receiving that kickoff, and it's going to be a touchback, and Peabody will have the ball 1st and 10.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the game the importance for Peabody to have sustained drives, which we've not had. But that's exactly what Dyersburg has done. They have been able to move the ball down the field, grind out some time and some yards. Their defense, because of that, has been arrested. But Peabody still has a lot of life in this offense. They have shown all year that they can score quickly, and we hope that's what happens here before the first half is over.
See, that is the backside.
Quarterback keeper.
Ball was faked to Haynes coming in motion, and then Bogus keeps the ball coming up. Tried to come up the middle, but he was tackled from the backside by number 18 for the Trojans.
Lost about a yard on the play to be second.
You have to run it between the tackles to keep them honest, but we've just had no success whatsoever so far between those tackles.
At 4:28 to play here in the second period, Peabody has minus 11 yards rushing in this contest. Back to pass. And Bogus threw it right to him.
It's coming.
But you would think the official threw a penalty flag. Let's see who it's on.
There is a penalty on the play.
It's going to be interesting to see what the call is. If it's pass interference, Paul, the truth of the matter is the ball was thrown short and the defender had his head turned around.
Yeah, very well could have been offensive interference right there.
Absolutely. I think we got a break there. And the Dyersburg Trojan fans are letting the referees hear it.
He's hoping for safety over the top.
Bogus terribly underthrows that ball. You can throw it long, but you can't throw it short.
34-yard line for me, first down.
And so Dyersburg continues to play man with some of our offensive receivers. And you would think we're going to continue to get open, Joey. But just like you said, we've got to get the ball to him. We can't throw it short.
Well, he tried a touch pass there. Of course, he had to throw it over the defender's head. That's a tough pass, but he has to make sure it's long enough.
Oh,
he fell down.
He tripped over his lineman's feet.
Bogus tried to throw a screen pass, and number 8 jumped up. He ducked out of the way and going to run around him and then tripped over his own feet. And that's going to be a loss of 14 on the play.
Well, I think that was a great call. We had it set up. Just a little inexperience there by Bogus. He's learning, he's growing, but he's not there yet.
Well, that's pretty intimidating when you got big number 8 coming in from the defensive end position, just play after play, wreaking havoc in the backfield. Gadlin makes a catch. Whoa, there's a flag. That's going to be an automatic first down right there.
We appreciate
As number
that.
3 picks him up and throws him out, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Golden Tide.
Let's go.
I guarantee you, we appreciate that. We need to send him a card when we get back.
Send him a card saying thank you. Carlos Walker just kind of lost his composure right there for a moment, and the officials or coaches are going to have a talk with him over on this sideline. Son, we appreciate your spirit, but listen, you got to know when he's out of bounds.
You know, let's say something about Bogus. He really puts the arm into it that time, throws it to that sideline. Not an easy pass at all, but he's got plenty of arm for that pass.
Yeah, he throws a line drive out there, and that's probably, what, a 30-yard pass?
Right. Not many high school quarterbacks can throw the ball like that.
Near the Peabody 46-yard line. First down, Trenton.
First and 10 for the Golden Tide. Fields running the football. They're going to have very little, if any, gain on the play. Tackle by number 74 for the Trojans.
Well, we keep trying. Maybe we'll break one there inside, but
Connor McIntyre, number 74, number 33. Montavious Legrone making the tackle for the Trojans.
Second and long, you think we're going to see a pass here.
Gain of about 1 on first down brings up second down and 9 for the Tide. Bogus back to pass. Ball was nearly intercepted, but Haynes makes a good recovery on the play, catches the ball and gets the ball down to about the 38-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Well, you hear about the breaks, and the breaks just went our way that time. And we are fortunate not only for a ridiculous penalty a few minutes ago by Dyersburg that gave us a first down, but by that, great concentration by J.T. Haynes.
First down, Trenton.
So first and 10 from the 38-yard line as Peabody continues to move the football through the air. Good defense then by the Trojans. If he had him led on the play, Joey, it might have been there.
Yeah, really good defense by number 9 there for Dyersburg. Great job. Was careful not to interfere, but broke up the pass. They're really bringing the pressure now, Paul. They know we're going to throw the ball, and they're stunting left and right, trying to get to our quarterback.
Dyersburg continues to run man for man. Throw and catch down here to Haynes, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Tide. As they continue to play press man coverage, and we're just beating them right from the line of scrimmage, throwing the ball down the field, Joey.
Well, number 9 there for Dyersburg, Aaron Golden, the play before, a great play. This one, he just drops the ball figuratively, and he allows J.T. Haynes to waltz into the end zone.
And so Peabody responds with 2:06 to play here before halftime, making the score 20-all. Sanders is on for the PAT.
The PAT.
And the extra point is blocked, and so we're going to have a 20-all game here as Dyersburg gets good penetration on that extra point, and they block that extra point, and it's going to be 20-all. So with 2:06 to play, we've got a 20 game here from Dyersburg, Tennessee. You're watching Golden Tide football on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. We'll be back after this short break.
Whitby Family Clinic offers the very best in primary care, specializing in pediatrics, women's health and weight loss, workman's comp, Medicare, and geriatrics. Come experience the affectionate and caring medical service at its best, in a warm, home-like cozy environment with highly trained nurse practitioners, nurses, and support staff. It has been our pleasure to serve patients in the Trenton area for the past 20 years. At Whitby Family Clinic, we know it is important that you have a medical provider you can talk to and trust. We are devoted to quality care for patients of all ages. Whitby Family Clinic, caring for a living.
All right, Taylor, tell us about that drive from the Golden Tide as we score another State Farm touchdown.
The last drive for Peabody was seven plays, 3 straight passes to get in the end zone, another 80-yard drive for Peabody.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Sanders is set to kick off. Drew looks like he's going to be angling it over here to this sideline. Let's see if they do the pooch kick again.
Willoughby's got no clue what he's doing.
High kick taken at about, and oh boy, we're on it. Peabody's got the football right there. Yes, no, Peabody's got the football. Peabody's got the football right here before halftime as we have an opportunity to take the lead. Jordan Johnson comes up with that football as Drew Sanders kicks it over here to this sideline. As the coaches have instructed him, don't kick it deep anymore. We've been giving away good field position on that kickoff, and so pretty good job of coaching right there, Joey, again.
Absolutely, you adjust, and that's what good coaches do. And Coach Gaddis and his coaching staff saw where the problem was, didn't beat their head against the wall, they changed, and we've seen the result of it.
What we got? Hurry up, they not confused. They got a timeout. They got a timeout.
And in a state of confusion, I think Dyersburg calls a timeout to gain a little composure right here. As with 2 minutes and 2 seconds before halftime, Peabody has a turnover, and they have an opportunity to get the ball into the end zone once again before halftime. We got a good one going on here from Dyersburg, here on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
At Raspberry Tire, we can help you with brakes, transmission flushes, interstate battery replacement, all types of suspension repairs, and alignments. We carry several major oil brands and tire brands, including Firestone and Bridgestone. Our service center can balance both passenger car tires and semi-truck tires, and fill your tires with nitrogen. With 30 years of towing experience, we can haul small, compact cars to semi-trucks, and we are the only wrecker service in Gibson County with heavy-duty towing and recovery services. Come visit us at 2216 Highway 45 Bypass, Trenton.
Okay, I want to invite you to come join us here at Food Right, where we specialize in our meat department, our produce department, our bakery deli department, offer Western Union to send or receive your money. Our butchers in our meat department have over 75 to 80 years experience by cutting beef. We have freshness everywhere we go in our produce department. We just stock that produce every day with fresh vegetables and fruits. Come join us at Food Right. Thank you.
So 2 minutes and 2 seconds before halftime, Peabody's got the ball back on a turnover on the kickoff. Bogus in the backfield, he's going to throw it. Ball's taken out here by Dokes. He's dancing around. He's going to have enough for a first down. And he's hit pretty good right here, but it's still going to be first down yardage.
Well, good pass, good catch. One thing you can't do is turn this ball over again. Nothing wrong with running out of bounds. Save a little time on the clock. We got some timeouts. In fact, have we called a timeout yet this game?
We called one timeout right here at midfield the last drive.
So we've got a couple left.
And so we've got 2 timeouts left before halftime. 1st and 10 for the Golden Tide as they had the ball down at about the 13-yard line. Ray Buchanan's back in the backfield with Bogus. And the official called a play or a penalty. Let's see who the flag is on. Preliminary indication is that Peabody jumped, but let's see if they were drawn. False start against the Golden Tide, 5-yard penalty.
Well, Paul, it's not what we want to see here. Hopefully we'll get it in the end zone, but we do have a weapon, Drew Sanders. Excellent field goal kicker. Love to see him get his first long field goal of the season.
First and 15 for the Golden Tide as they snap the ball from the 18-yard line. Bogus calling for the ball. It's back to him. Pass is thrown out here to Malik Dokes, but he can't come up with it, but a good diving catch on the play. A diving effort, Joey.
Well, it would have been a great catch. A good effort there by Malik Dokes. Bogus running to his left. Difficult pass to complete there.
You got a tight end now. You got a tight end. Okay.
Second and 15 for the Golden Tide. As the ball is snapped from the 18-yard line. Ray Buchanan continues in the backfield. Ryan White is at tight end. And the ball's knocked down right there at the line of scrimmage by number 14 for the Trojans. Chase Bones knocks the ball down at the line of scrimmage. And so that's one way you defend against the pass.
Well, Paul, they're just pinning their ear back and coming on defense. And we're kind of like a sieve up here. We're not stopping much. Makes it hard for a quarterback.
Now let's see. Play clock. Hey, you wouldn't dare run the H screen, would you? Call timeout.
Timeout is called for by Coach Gaddis with 1:04 to play here before halftime. It's 3rd and 15 for the Golden Tide as they have the ball about the 18-yard line of Dyersburg going in.
We need to get some points.
We'll come back and we need to get some points on the board out of this drive as it's about a minute before halftime. We're going to take a break and we'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Golden Tide football on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Since 1936, Gibson Electric Membership Corporation's purpose has been to serve. We were organized by local people and continue to be operated by board members you elect and employees who live right here in Northwest Tennessee. We are a non-for-profit, member-owned, and democratically controlled co-op. Learn about our many programs and services and our commitment to community at GibsonEMC.com. Gibson Electric, supporting our communities for over 75 years.
Tennessee's utility workers have a dangerous job. They work high above the ground in all types of weather, often near dangerous high voltage lines. They take precautions to keep safe, but one of the most dangerous parts of the job is out of their control. Each year, more than 100 construction workers die because of vehicle crashes. In fact, roadway crashes are the leading cause of occupational fatalities in the United States. Tennessee's Move Over Law is already in place to protect emergency and highway construction workers. And starting July 1st, motorists must also move over for utility service vehicles. Moving over helps keep utility workers safe, and in Tennessee, it's the law.
Both teams have timeouts left before this first half comes to an end. 1:04 left to go before halftime. The score's 20-20. Peabody has it 3rd and 15 from the 18-yard line of the Dyersburg Trojans. And the ball is going to be picked off in the end zone. And we had two men in the middle of the field wide open, and Bogus just threw it to the wrong man. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. We were wide open in the middle of the field, Joey.
Well, the one thing you cannot do in that situation is turn the ball over. We talked about it earlier with that pass. You can throw it long, but you can't throw it short. That's something Bogus is going to have to learn if he's going to continue to play quarterback, and he is. He's got a lot of skill. He can do it. He can play it. He can be successful at it. He's been successful tonight. But that's a killer there at the end of this first half.
So Peabody needs to hold right here on defense, and let's don't give them an easy score before halftime. That's number 1, Smith, Noshawn Smith, and he's going to be tackled after a no gain on the play.
Stop made by
Just really disappointing there.
Lost about a yard on the play to be second down.
But you got to move on. Peabody can steal, maybe.
Yes, you do. It's a lot like life. You just got to keep playing.
As far as Whitby got kicked over.
As you said, Joe, it's a bad time to make a mistake, but we've still got a good game going here, and we got to keep playing before halftime. Smith again running the football, and he's going to be tackled by a whole host of the Golden Tide. Bubba Bailey was in there, 86. Ryan White was in on the tackle. 10, Najuwan Miller was in there. There's Ray Buchanan, Aaron Lowry coming up, Daniel Hodges, Ty Field. So we had about 7 guys on the tackle.
Paul, that's the defense we need to be playing. The last 2 plays, you see the inside moving out, stopping them on the line. I mean, that's defense, and we haven't seen that tonight.
Must not have enough people on the line.
You have to believe our coaching staff are going to make the necessary adjustments. They're going to come back. They've seen a half of Dyersburg's offense. I'm sure they see some weaknesses there they can exploit defensively.
13 seconds before halftime.
Sally.
Inside reverse, and Fields cleans him up pretty good at about the 20-yard line. And so that's going to bring it into the first half as the Golden Tide and the Golden Trojans of Dyersburg have played to a 20-20 tie here at halftime. And so we've got a good one going. We hope you come back for the second half. But before that, my friend Joey Johnson will be interviewing Coach Gaddis at halftime. 20-20 at halftime here on the Ball Game Blitz from Dyersburg High School. The Golden Tide and the Golden Trojans on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA number 1 in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm. Whitby Family Clinic offers the very best in primary care, specializing in pediatrics, women's health and weight loss, workman's comp, Medicare, and geriatrics. Come experience the affectionate and caring medical service at its best, in a warm, home-like cozy environment with highly trained nurse practitioners, nurses, and support staff. It has been our pleasure to serve patients in the Trenton area for the past 20 years. At Whitby Family Clinic, we know it is important that you have a medical provider you can talk to and trust. We are devoted to quality care for patients of all ages. Whitby Family Clinic, caring for a living.